Hey gang, today we're going to do one of AC/DC's most iconic songs and one of Angus Young's best solos, Highway to Hell. Definitely not the most difficult to play in terms of getting the notes, but it is really difficult to get that feeling into it that's just kind of lagging. To the extent that I can do it, I can show it to you. All right, so we're going to do that note for note, what I just played anyway, coming right up. Hey, if you like this, press the like button. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for one of these every week. We'll see you in just a second. All right, gang, let's go over this one note for note. Before we do, you can download the tab from the link in the description below. It's going to make your life a little bit easier. Now, I no longer have my SG that's most appropriate for AC/DC, but I do, the best I can do is to have a t-shirt with my buddy Chris playing his in silhouette there. So my little plug for the band Stranded with a Kiss, my buddy Chris. All right, hope you're doing well, Chris, and I hope to see you at a gig sometime soon. All righty, the sound. Well, you can see I'm using a single coil, but it's a Seymour Duncan quarter pounder, a little bit of a raunchy one, and not too much gain on it. All right, so sort of a classic Marshall type sound without too much gain. Now, I've been guilty of putting way too much stuff on AC/DC, especially distortion. Don't put too much gain. Don't put a distortion pedal on it, and you'll be good. Alrighty, that's about it. Now, let's go over the solo itself. I'm going to play the whole thing sort of slowly, but the chords that we're playing are A, D, and sort of a transitional G. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a combination of the major and minor pentatonics in here, and that's just kind of what's going on for A. So we're going to play basically an A major pentatonic and A minor pentatonic, all right? So that's what's going on. All right, let's go over the solo now itself. I'm going to play it somewhat slowly. That's basically the main part of the solo. Okay, now let's go through this line by line. Here's the first line that we'll play. All right. So we're going to start out with the classic Chuck Berry lick. This is basically all in a minor pentatonic. We're going to play our standard Chuck Berry lick where we've got our blues box position on the 5th fret here. We're all familiar with that, and we're going to do our Chuck Berry lick. And then sort of the half Chuck Berry lick. Okay, and then we're going to do this little trick here. All right, so that one is we're doing a double stop on 7 and 7 on the 3 and 2 strings. All right, so it's just like this basically. But we're going to bend it up just slightly, like a half step bend, quick, and bring it down. And then bring it slowly back up to about a half step bend. I guess a full step bend. When we've got it, we're going to play this double stop on the 5th and do the rest of the lick, okay? So it's like this. And on that last one, you want to just bend the 3rd string up just slightly if you can. Okay, and then this. One more time. I really like that lick a lot. So we're playing, this is all on the 4th string right here. We're playing 7, and then we're bending. If we can, do a pre-bend so you don't hit like this. You don't want it to go like this. You want a pre-bend. And you want it to slowly bring it down, sort of like a dying duck sound, all right? So... Okay, so 7, 4 with about a half step bend, slowly bring it down, then play 2 and 3 on the 5th and open. Okay, one last time. Let's play the whole lick. All right, here's the next line. All right, now this one is basically a major pentatonic, based line. And we're starting with the 2nd fret. That's an A on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. And then going to the 4th, whole step bend and hold it. So that one is 5 and 5 on the first 2 strings, right? So we're bending up on the 4th on the 3rd, and then playing down, first string, then 2nd string, barring on that 5th fret like that. And then bringing it down. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, then do a little bit of palm muting on the 4th string. I'm playing a 4th and bending that just about a half step, and then the 2nd, and then I'm just playing the 5th on the 2nd string. So that's you're skipping a string there. So it's like this. Okay? And now we're playing just on the 2nd and 3rd. We're playing a double stop, bending, we're playing the 4th on the 3rd, 5th on the 2nd, bending that 4th up a whole step and slowly bringing it down. All right? And then we're playing 2 and open. Okay, like so. Okay, then we're playing our country double stop here. He uses that lick a lot in this particular solo, right? That bend on the 4th, 3rd string, 4th fret, a whole step, then playing the first 2 strings coming down. All right, and then we're just going to slide up to the 11th on the 3rd and kind of toggle between the 10th on the 2nd a couple times. And then finally just play 9 and 10 to come down. Okay, here's that whole line again. All right, here's the next part. Now the last part is, of course, with the singer and the whole band coming in. There's 4 more lines, and they're pretty straightforward. They're all sort of A minor licks, really, A minor pentatonic, or I guess this is maybe I don't even know what I call this. I call it maybe a G Dorian lick, but anyway, or an A Dorian lick. But anyway, the first one is this one. All right, so I'm really just bending up to this note, which is the flatted 7th of A. So I'm playing here up on the 14th fret, bending up a half step, and then playing 12, and then 13 on the second, 14 on the third, and giving that lots of vibrato. Also, you want to give a real hard thwack to that first note, right? So like this. Give as much vibrato in that as you can. It just sings when Angus plays it. I don't think I can quite get it, but do my best. Okay? So that's the first line. The second line is just basically this. You'll recognize that as the same sort of country lick that we were playing, but a whole octave up. So instead of playing this, we're playing it up here. So we're playing 16, bending that a whole step, and holding the, and also playing on the second string, the 17th. That last one is just a 17th on the second, and on the third, 14th. Okay, here's the next one. That one's actually a really cool lick, but it's really super simple too. It just kind of sounds like it's a little bit drunk or anemic or something like that. So here we're just playing second string. This is definitely an A minor pentatonic sort of lick, but it just sounds so cool because it's not quite, he never quite bends it to exactly where he's trying to go, which is just so cool. All right, so on the 15th, second string, okay, we're going to bend that and just kind of try and get between a half step and a whole step. So it's all on the 15th, second string 15th. The only odd note, the only other note there is a 15th on the first. That's playing it very straight. Again, you want to play it with as much sort of, try and make it sound drunk. That's the only way I can think of it. All right, and then of course the last part is just a pick slide. And what I'm doing is I'm sliding between the 6th and the 5th string. And you can really sort of hear all the frets as he's going down. So you want to go fairly slowly. Now I went down, up, and then down again. I think I went... I kind of did the... Instead, I don't think he does that on the record. I think he does a different string, but in any way, he does that pick slide. If you haven't yet encountered that, oh well, welcome to 1970s rock. That pick slide, all right? So I'm just taking the pick. There's that little bugger. Let me do a different pick so you can see it. There's a blue pick. And I'm turning it sideways in the string, like so. Come on. And then this is between the 5th and the 6th, and just kind of coming down like that. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. See you later. Well, there you have it, gang. One of my faves in terms of solos, one of my faves of Angus Young's. And again, you know, it's the notes aren't that difficult to get, but that feel and the sound is just, there's so much that's in his fingers. All right, until next time, we'll see you on down the road.